I wanted to talk about leading with empathy. So the other day, a staffer came in and I really was like, he stayed up all night and partied hardy. His eyes are red, he just looked all scraggly. And just as I was about to give him a hard time, right? Because I'm judging at this moment where he comes in looking like that. And I changed my mind on my judginess. And I said, "What's up?" I said, "You look like you had a rough night." And he responded with, "My mom's been taking medication since she fractured her back a few months ago. And she's been drinking on top of it. And last night she screamed at me what a worthless piece of shit I was. And how I'm never going to amount to anything in life, etc." So as your jaw just dropped, so did mine. I'm not his mama. I'm his boss. But boy, did that hit hard. So as much as we as bosses lead the charge, right? This is your job. Do it. We need to lead with empathy and vulnerability. I couldn't erase what his mom had said, but I certainly wanted to fix it. So it was a real good reminder to me to thank everybody for everything. Thanks for picking up that pile of dog shit. I don't say it every time, but, when they're doing it, to say, "Hey, thanks for grabbing that so quick." Be thankful. We have no idea what's going on behind closed doors. We don't know what's happening when our staffers leave our four walls. So we have to lead by example and saying thank you and being sincere with that thank you. It's not a "hey, thanks." And making sure that it counts. So there's always that analogy to not be a seagull. Don't walk in the door and, grab money out of the till or grab your laptop and go, "Jesus, this place smells," or "Geez, this isn't happening," and then you turn and walk out. You need to sandwich things. You need to come in and say, "Hey guys, how's the day going? How are things going?" If you see some things that are being missed, you bring those up. "Hey, could one of you catch that? Remember, this is why it's so important we make sure our second gate is latched." And then, "How's your group going? Got any plans for the weekend?" Be honest, be sincere, and make it count. For my employee who had a really rough night, obviously, I gave him space. I gave him a safe place to come to work, feel the love of the dogs. Obviously, asked him if he needed another place to stay for the night. Did he feel okay going home? He's being the caregiver to his mom, who fell and broke her back several months ago. So that was tough for him. But again, it was a great reminder for us as leaders and us as bosses to make sure that we are giving care for our people. Right now, everything is uncertain. People are struggling mentally. And even if you don't think that people are struggling mentally, all of this unknown is causing anxiety. And it irritates me to use that word. It really does. But, kids not going back to school, can't go into your restaurant, seeing all of the unrest, and I say that as somebody who lives in the state of Wisconsin, seeing all of the unrest that's going on in the world just causes a level of anguish for people. And we as leaders need to acknowledge that in our staff, and we need to acknowledge that in our clients. I think a lot of us have seen clients be on edge, be extra grouchy, be extra nitpicky about things, and we just need to acknowledge that everybody is on edge, that we need to be the leaders of kindness and the leaders of empathy. How do we do that? Darn good question. So I think just stepping up and giving that smile, saying that thank you, checking in. And when you are dealt with that issue of unkindness and unfairness and grouchiness, that you don't reciprocate it. You take it in, you acknowledge it, you say your piece to it, and then you drop it on the floor and you step over it. Because if you hold on to that anguish that somebody has projected onto you, you are going to struggle with that for days. You're going to not sleep about it. You're going to relive it and rehash it. So you take the harshness, you absorb it momentarily, and then you drop it and you step over it. So just some words of wisdom, some hopefulness. Want to really just emphasize that you have to be the change. You have to be the kindness, and you have to lead with that. And you have to teach others. Even though that was not the job maybe you signed up for, but you have to teach others to lead with kindness. And you have to be the example. And we won't always be the example all the time, but you need to do what you can to finish your part. So, as my lovely friend Karen always says, be kind to yourself and be kind to others.